Clone. Okay, yes. Great, we're recording. So I'm going to go ahead and clone this repository to my desktop. So I hit clone, and I'm going to pull it down off the internet. Is everybody able to do this step right now?
Yes.
Great. So if you've done this already, what I want you to do now is to click Show in Finder and open it up, and you'll see this. You'll see this folder that has all of these different pieces in it. And I would love for you to right-click on this template and duplicate it, and then rename it with. How did we actually structure this? We want it to be called. Let's rename it something like this. Get rid of the word template, right? You can leave pattern name for now since you don't have a pattern name, and then just put your name at the end. So I'm going to call it John. Right, so we should each have one of these folders. And now, if we go back to GitHub, you should see that I have right? You should see that you have done this, right? You should see your name / all this stuff in this folder. And then you're going to write a little summary that says, like, added John folder. You should say added your name folder. Don't say added John folder, because I'm John. And then commit that to the main. And then somebody first go ahead and click push to origin. Just one of you click push to origin. Has somebody done it? You're still cloning? You're still cloning? Oh my gosh. Huh? So yeah, so let's go ahead. So it's worth it to try and get this all right, because we're going to be doing this for the next couple weeks. So let's go and do Show and Explorer. Yeah, and then we have. Oh, and you should just pull that folder back into the same root folder. So instead of in your downloads, you want to have it be inside the repositories folder. Does that make sense? That's okay. So so it's here, right? So it's inside your GitHub folder. Yeah, you should just paste it into that folder and rename it there. Yeah. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, so do you have the GitHub desktop app installed? Huh? Okay, yeah, you need it on this computer, so I would go ahead and install it on that computer. But let me know, so go ahead and do that, and then when you're done with that, let me know, yeah? And if you want to do it, you can also do it on this computer here. Like, I think it should still, you can also install GitHub on these. GitHub should be on all of these computers.
I think I did it.
You think you did it? You committed and pushed?
I tried to push, but it won't like.
Oh, it's doing it. It's just taking a minute, I think, because of the Wi-Fi, I guess.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It's all right. Yeah, and again, you guys can do this on your own laptops, or you can also you can do it on these computers. Just as a show of hands, how many people are using these actual computers for classwork versus how many of you are just using your own computers? I guess I don't know how you show your hands on that. Raise your hands if you're using your own computers mainly. Okay, yeah.
If I do like a
You're
demo
all
in class, I would prefer.
you prefer to use that.
But,
Okay.
like,
But for projects and stuff, you're going to use your own computers. Yeah. Okay. In some ways, that's actually going to be easier for the headset stuff. So these headsets, you can check them out, and you can check them out overnight, and take them home, do whatever you want with them. Just wash them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the eye policy is, but in order to get your projects from Godot onto the headset, it might be easier to do it with your own personal computers. So I can show you that part later. But did yours finish pushing?
Oh.
Okay, so it looks like somebody has successfully pushed. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now on the website. If we go back to the website, back to GitHub, back. Zoom out a little bit because it's kind of far in. Right, so now we should see Kevin, right? Kevin has added his folder to this website, right? And if I go now to try and push my thing to the origin, we're going to run into a little bit of a problem, right? Because I'm going to go and push, but it's going to say, wait a minute, you have a problem, which is that there are changes on this branch, right? Kevin has already made changes to the repository, so you should get those and bring them to your computer first. So in order to do that, what you do is you click Fetch, and you'll see now we have this option to do a pull and a push at the same time, this sort of up arrow and this down arrow. So I just need to click Pull Origin. And with this particular DS store file, I'm just going to choose... just choose use the added file from main if you have a DS store conflict. Don't worry about that too much. That's just a Mac preference. And then you hit continue merge, and then we hit push to origin. And somebody else did it first, so we're gonna pull and push again. And now, yeah. That's really annoying. How's the internet speed on your computer otherwise?
I think the Wi-Fi is not very slow.
You think the Wi-Fi's slow?
I think so.
Yeah, that might be it. So it shouldn't be that big, but we should be able to be all right. Ideally in the long run. Yeah. So why are we doing it this way, right? If we now open this up in our Finder, we will see, right, we have all these different patterns and all these different scenes, right? And if I were to open up this Godot project, here are our actual scenes and stuff, right? So like, let's say I want my pattern to be, you know, I have this example stuff here. I have this example cube scene. I'm going to change it. I'm going to just sort of change it to, I'll make it a tall rectangle. And I am going to, I don't know, let's try doing an experiment. Let's, sorry, I had a big brain fart. Like the point of all this is by having them all in one repository, we can now actually create one project together, right? So I can open up Kevin, I can open up your scene, right? And you just have this demo scene that I've left in here, but you're welcome to change this and start actually putting your own your actual XR poetic expression or technical expression into these folders. And we can start actually like combining these things together, right? So if I had a main scene that had, and I recommend not messing with the main scene, just let me mess with the main scene. But we can load in everybody's stuff into the main scene. So for instance, I could load in Kevin, I could load in your poetic level, and I could load in my technical cube. And it all just kind of works because it's all sort of like, it's all managing these separate different files and stuff. And if we were to change any of them, we wouldn't run into any issues. So why don't we go ahead and try this? Why don't we take the next couple of minutes for each of you to, I'm just going to commit this to the main scene real quick. In class demo. Why don't we all, right, duplicate this folder and look good. It looks like some of you already have. I would go ahead and duplicate the folder and make your own folder and just start putting something into some of these scenes, right? Or you can basically have whatever you want inside of your folder, any sort of assets that you need, or if you want to make some demo scenes where you're trying stuff out, you can put them inside of your folder. But just start playing around with putting stuff into your folder, and let's just see what it starts looking like when we start all collaborating on the same project, yeah? Any questions about this? I'd love to just try and do some basic stuff so we can see what it looks like when we have everybody in the same repository. And we can do that until 4:50, and then we'll take a break. Cool? Sorry? Yeah, totally. Yeah, so, and as we're as you're trying to do this, and if you're running into issues, I'll move around and help you try and figure it out. Cool. Yeah, so what's up? That's pretty good. Looks fetch. So let's go back to Godot. And let's open up this project in Godot. So, yeah, so just put all this, and then go back to GitHub. And you can do open in Finder. So you can just do Command Shift F. So this opens up the folder, and it looks like everything's kind of on top of it. Yeah, there you go. Great. So let's go ahead and open up the project. And you say OK. And there we go. So, yeah. Yeah, I think we just weren't in the right project yet. So just go ahead and open up that folder and play around with any of these scenes. You can replace them with whatever you want. Does that make sense? You wouldn't. Yeah. And if you want to test out stuff, you can always run your specific scene by clicking this button. Cool. Anybody else have questions about trying to get set up with this particular project?
I have a problem.
Yeah, what's up?
After I renamed it, I lost the folder,
Oh.
and then it just like automatically populated here, and
Okay.
I didn't push anything.
That's
it
okay.
just
That's
showed
okay. It's all just here on your computer. It's all totally all right. So if we want to find it again, you can do Control Shift F. There's a shortcut to like it basically opens up in this like File Explorer the folder that your repository is stored in. And so now, do you see your folder name in here? Yeah. Okay. So let's open that up. That looks good, I think. So are you what are you concerned about? I guess.
I'm just confused because this doesn't look like what you showed on the screen. So is this correct? Like did I successfully I didn't really push anything. Like it just showed up here after I renamed the file in my Explorer.
Yeah, that's correct. So anytime, yeah, so I don't know if this is clear, but right, anytime that so the GitHub desktop app is really just kind of it's sort of watching a folder for any changes that you make. So it's connected to a folder on your computer. So if I click Show in Finder or Command Shift F, we'll see this folder. And if I were to make any changes to this folder, like if I were to take my folder and let's say I deleted this file, I'll delete the documentation because who needs documentation? I'll delete this. Then whenever I go back here, GitHub is going to notice that, right? It's going to notice that I changed this folder, okay? So even if you're not actually changing things in Godot, but you're just changing files and folders, the GitHub desktop app is smart enough to notice what you've changed, okay? So if you've done this thing where you have just, created a new folder, like let's say I just duplicate this folder and make a whole new folder here in the Finder or in your File Explorer, when I'm back here in the GitHub desktop app, it's going to say, hey, you created all this stuff, okay? So, so yeah, that's why it looks like that, because you changed the files.
And then do I have to push it to the file?
Yeah, and then now you should hit commit and push. Yeah, so what you want to do, if you want to change this has been changed locally on my computer, right? But it hasn't actually been uploaded to GitHub. So if you want to upload it to GitHub, you need to fetch from Origin and pull down any changes. And then you need to write a little summary and commit your changes by pushing them. Okay?
I'm getting it clearer, so I was just wondering if you could.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Really quickly, the way to commit changes, right? You write a summary by sort of writing summary. So you say changed file. I'm gonna actually discard these. I'll show you again. So I'm going to change this documentation file. So I'm going to open up my documentation. That's okay. I'm going to add a new name. I'm going to say rectangle. Right, this is now rectangular scene, so I'm going to say rectangles are cool. So I've changed this file. I'm saving it. Now back in GitHub, it shows me that I've changed the name of the pattern. So I'm going to give it a little summary and say changed name. And then I hit commit to main and push to origin. And you might get this little error that pops up. Is this the error that you have? Okay. Well, if you get this error, you just click fetch, because this just means that you have new changes that you need to pull down from the internet. So you click fetch, and then you click pull and push. And then it gets pushed to the internet. Okay, let's see your error. Excuse me. Yeah.
Because I cloned it already.
Let's hit close. Yeah, cancel. And what? So what happens when you get pulled? Does that error come up then? Yeah. Enumerating objects, counting objects, untrackable tree would be overwritten. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. So just hit close. And just no, that's fine. Let's go back to where we just were. So XR pattern language. Right click on this DS store thing. Here's the nice card changes. And then say just. And then now. So you're good. Cool. Okay, so that's okay. Yeah, that's always a good thing to do. So just hit. So switch to the other repository. Did you have? I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Let's clone a new repository. So go to clone repository, and then let's go to XR. Yeah. You can try doing XR pattern. Or there's another way we can do it. Let's go to the web browser, Chrome, and then if you click code, then you should click open with GitHub Desktop. And hit open. Let's try it one more time. So hit cancel first, I think. And then now go back to the browser and click code, open with GitHub Desktop. Okay, that should be good. And now we have, right, so it's going to be saved to this spot, so it's going to be in here, and then XR pattern language, and just hit clone. Awesome. Yes, I'll come to you in just a moment. You had a question? Alright, I'm working my way around the room. What's it? That is taking forever. One second. So hit retry. It's not that big. Alright, let's hang tight and see how that goes. What's your question?
So when I play the scene, it says,
Yeah, it does.
I need to get rid of this.
Huh? Do you want to get rid of the documentation?
Or no, I just don't know why it's happening.
Why it's making this alert? Yeah, so if some of you are trying to run the Godot project, and you see this thing happen, what? 1 second, hold please. So if we see, right, we open up Godot, we try and run the project. I'm going to run the scene, and we get this warning, alert, OpenXR was requested but failed to start. Please check if your HMD is connected. Does anybody have any guess as to what this means?
That has something to do with VR.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's no headset plugged in, basically. There's no actual way, like, this is not, basically, Godot is complaining right now because it wants to try and launch a VR experience, but because we don't have a headset currently attached to the computer, it's just saying, hey, that's not working. So it's just going to start it in normal mode. So you can hit OK, and then you'll just see the scene as normal. Okay? So that's actually not a problem.
Okay.
Cool?
I'm ready.
Let me go around the room and they'll come back, yeah? Is anybody's computer on fire right now? Is anybody having dire straits?
Still on.
You're still downloading? Okay. Did you have a problem? What's up? Okay, great. So we're here. So go ahead and hit clone. That's great. So now, right, make sure you know where this is getting saved to. So this is your documents GitHub folder. You can do it there, or you can put it on your desktop. Would you prefer it to be on your desktop, or then go to great, so that's in the design media folder, then just hit clone. And yeah, the internet's being a little slow right now, so you have to wait for a minute. Any other questions? Anybody else are struggling with stuff? Let's do this. For those of you who have been fiddling around with Godot, if you could please save your scenes and commit them to GitHub, it'd be fun to kind of see them on this computer. Yeah. What's up?
So,
Yeah.
uh,
What's up?
I wrote a script.
Uh-huh.
That if the CSV marks that you have
Mhm.
in the scene,
Mhm.
are being affected by the same script. So I have
That's funny. Well, are you running the current scene or?
I tried renaming it so it's supposed to like reuse.
That's funny.
So if I commit this, it'll be
That wouldn't be that bad. It'd be kind of interesting to figure out. Let me just see real quick. So this is extends.
was it the CSV extends?
Nah, it's just attached to Don's box. Try right clicking on this, or are we sure that you're in your scene? Problem is I have a bunch of these, so that's maybe a bad thing. I would just try double clicking this one.
This one?
Yeah. Let's just put that over. That is right. Maybe just try renaming it. Your
CSV
user,
marks, right?
or renaming your scene so that it's not the same name as the other scene. I think that's
Okay.
part of the problem. Oh my gosh. It's really annoying. And your internet works?
It works
Yeah,
fine.
works fine.
Should I turn my laptop off?
Hit cancel. Let's try selecting a repository. You have other repositories, right? Like, can we try this universe one? You want to try just committing this update? I just want to see if GitHub, the app, is working right now for you. So, what I would do is just go and type, like, just hit commit to main, actually. And then push get working. Yeah, that works fine. So let's go back to the one you're cloning. And yeah. And go to github.com. choose for me? Yeah, that's fine. So hit select. And content. I know. It's so frustrating. Why don't we do this? We're at 4:50. Let's let it go for 10 minutes. Let's take a 10-minute break, y'all. And let's come back at 5:02. Yeah? You're welcome to keep fiddling around during break, but this is a great time to grab a snack. And maybe try moving your computer a little closer to the door. I don't know. I don't know where the Wi-Fi is strongest in this room. Up there? Yeah, probably. Yeah, literally at the router. You could also, if it's not working, you could try using this desktop, and that might make it a little better. Will it work? Oh my god. think if it breaks again, I would try restarting your computer. I would also try, what Wi-Fi network are you on?
Store.
Like, you know how to make a hotspot?
Yeah.
You could try switching to a hotspot. That might do it. But I think it might be something with the way these networks are configured. I'm still recording.